Hi, fourth grade. So I'm going to teach you how to make your bar graph. Once you've inserted all the data into your Excel chart, and once you've figured out the averages for your WPMs for your silent WPM, your classical WPM, or your YouTube WPM, what we're going to do is we're going to make a bar graph that just shows us your average word per minute while you were listening to the different kinds of music or not music. So in order to do that, you have to open up your Excel file. It should be saved under your name in the sandbox in Tech 4 in Green Ninja Excel spreadsheets. And this is probably the hardest part right here, but it's not that hard, so don't worry. What you need to do is you need to select cells A1 through AD, through D1, so A1 through D1. In order to do that, we click down on A1 and we keep clicking, we drag our mouse so that it selects that. It highlights A1 through D1. And then, when we're done with that, you're going to hold down the Control button, which is at the bottom left and right of your keyboard. You're just going to hold one of those buttons, the Control button, and while you're holding it down, so I'm holding it down, I'm also going to, whatever row your average WPM is in, you're going to take that one and click on A1, whatever row your average is on, through D. And then once I'm done with that, I can let go of the Control button. And as you can see here, the only things that are highlighted are the row that says Silence, Classical, and YouTube, and the row that has my average WPM in it. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go up to Insert, and under Charts, I'm going to click on Bar. And they give you a variety of choices, but I would like you to go with the simplest one, so that's going to be your 2D, and it's just a regular bar graph. So once we click on that, we can see that it gives us our average word per minute while we were listening to YouTube, while we were listening to classical music, and when we were typing in silence. And I want you to make sure that the numbers match and that your graph makes sense. If your graph doesn't make sense, then there's no point of having a chart. So we can see here that the blue represents our average word per minute. So in silence, my average word per minute seems to be about 21. And if I look here, that's exactly right. Once you're done, or once you've concluded that your chart is correct, you can feel free to play with the colors, pick a color. And when you're finished with that, I'd like you to save it in the sandbox. I'm going to type out here where I want you to save it. You're going to save it in Sandbox, Tech 4, Tech 4, Miss Tapia, and then it's something like, oh, that's the wrong way around. Miss Tapia, Tech 4, Green Ninja Excel spreadsheets. Okay, and you're going to save it there as your name. If it is not saved as your name, I'm not going to look at it, and you're not going to get a grade. So be very careful about how you're saving your schoolwork. Okay, when you're at home, you can name a file whatever you want, but when it comes to school, you need to make sure it is your responsibility that your teacher knows whose work it is and that they don't have to go searching for a name. Okay, so once you make sure that's saved, and then you are now going to fill out your reflection worksheet.